addiction.
So welcome back to the channel, everyone, and this is my new daily driver. It is a 2012 Kia Optima. Yes, that's right, I said Kia. Up until about a month ago, I was driving a 2005 Lincoln Town Car. Great car, very comfortable, very roomy, big V8, horrible gas mileage, but a very nice car. I just got bored and decided to sell it, and truthfully, initially when I sold it, I was thinking I wanted to get a Chevy Avalanche. I wanted an Avalanche for a long time, and that was really what I was leaning towards. But after having the BMW M6, which I just sold by the way, I really started thinking more along the lines of maybe German engineering, maybe a little bit of upper class, something a little bit more exotic, a little nicer. So I started looking at BMWs and Mercedes and Audis and Infinitis and things like that, and thinking I'm going to go that route. And it just so happened that I was driving by a dealer lot and I saw a Mercedes on the lot, and I thought, well, I'll go ahead and check it out. I started talking to the salesman about it, and it was just a little more than I wanted to spend on a daily driver. So I told the salesman I was thinking about maybe along the lines of like $10,000 to $12,000, which I know is a horrible thing to tell a salesman because immediately they're going to key into that and they're going to try to stretch you out. But he said, have you ever considered Kias? And he had this car sitting over on the lot, and I said, actually no, I have not. So he tells me, yeah, he goes, this thing has a brand new motor just replaced by Kia, which I keyed into, so it's under warranty. And he says, I think you'll really be surprised at all the features and all the things that Kia has to offer. So he goes in to get the key, and I'm standing out there waiting, and I'm meanwhile looking up on my phone the details of this car, and I'm not really that impressed, to be honest with you. But I'm like, okay, you know, I'll take it for a drive and I'll see. Turns out this is the turbocharged version. Now, for you, those of you that don't know, this is a 2-liter 4-cylinder with a turbo on it. It makes 278 horsepower, I believe it is, and 269 pound-feet of torque, backed by a 6-speed automatic transmission. So I drove the car. It actually pulled pretty nicely, and it ran pretty good because I did want something a little faster than the town car I'd had previously. But what really blew me away on this car was all of the options that this car has in it. And for that, I'll take you inside and show you what I'm talking about. And meanwhile, let me just take you on a really quick walk around the car, and then we'll go inside. Yeah, we'll go inside. That's where the cool stuff happens. Okay, so starting at the front, the car is extremely unassuming. 18-inch wheels, stock. I like the gray. It's a nice color. Going up on top, it does have the panoramic moonroof, which is kind of cool. But I'll talk more about the options once we get inside. But it's an unassuming car. It looks like just about every other mid-sized car out there on the road today. So it doesn't really stand out. There are a few things that I want to do to the car to make it stand out a little bit more, but overall the car's pretty clean. There's a couple dings, a few areas where maybe I could have the paint touched up, which I may do, I don't know yet. I always start out really ambitious and then I lose my enthusiasm after a little while. Inside is very clean. I like the faux carbon fiber look, but it's got a little bit of everything. The interior's in good shape. Headliner. There's that panoramic sunroof. But it's got really all the bells and whistles I could ever ask for, and even a few that I just did not anticipate. You see the back seat, it's got good leg room. That's really even farther back than I normally have my seat where I'm comfortable driving, and you can see there's still really good leg room. Basically, you can see I'm sitting back here. This is not bad. This is not bad. I mean, I probably wouldn't want to go on a 1,000-mile trip back here, but this is with the front seat all the way back. It will go up another 1.5 inches exactly for me and where I'm comfortable. So, I mean, last night, me, my wife, my daughter, who's 17, and my son actually went to dinner in this car, and no problems at all. We were all very, very comfortable. So there's a lot of room, even though this seems to me like a smaller car on the outside. Looking at the trunk is actually really good size too. There's plenty of room for a couple of suitcases and a few miscellaneous things. The back seat does fold down. See right here on both sides, you just pull those and then you get inside and fold the seats down, and then you have even more space if you want to put something longer that runs all the way through up to the front seats. Plenty of room really for the average person. This is keyless, so I just have the key fob in my pocket, put the foot on the brake, hit the button, fires right up, And ooh, and it tells you to align the steering wheel. Basically, it comes on and tells you that your steering wheel is canted a little bit, and before you pull out, just so you know, align your steering wheel straight. That's kind of a neat option. I know there's a couple other hidden options that I'm not aware of in this car. Now this thing does have tilt and telescopic steering wheel. It is manual. I know, it's not power. But let's take you guys for a quick spin, and then let me talk about like the amenities this car has, because that's what really blew me away. You know, thinking about Kia, I think of the old Kias, the throwaway Kias, the Kias that, you know, people bought for next to nothing and sold for even less. Kia and Hyundai really have come a long way, and you know, at one point in time they were competing with like Ford, GM. Now they're actually competing with Infiniti and Mercedes and BMW. They're making some really nice cars, really powerful cars with a lot of luxuries. This car actually has heated and cooled front seats, has heated rear seats, backup camera. Like I said, it has a panoramic sunroof, which is really, really cool. Of course, keyless. It has an amazing sound system. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the sound system in this thing is probably one of the best sound systems I've ever had, and you can listen to any type of music. It's got CD, it's got Bluetooth, it's got USB. Basically any form of music you want to listen to, you can. This thing has an air conditioning vent actually inside the glove compartment, so if you want to keep something cool inside your glove compartment, you can do that. It's got eco mode. Of course, it's got paddle shifters, all the standard stuff, cruise control, power windows, one touch up and down for the fronts. Let's see, what else can I tell you about this car? Dual climate control, rear vents for the climate control. Close this before we get up to any speed. You know, the car is very peppy. I'll wait and get a little bit of temperature in before I step into it. The car is extremely peppy. It's very impressive for a 4-cylinder. And I'm told that with a few bolt-ons, you can actually get this thing north of 300 horsepower, which even in stock form, it's more than enough. I doubt that I'll do anything like that, especially having a warranty on the motor. I don't want to really mess with that. But yeah, you can make more power with these cars fairly easily. You know, the car's quiet, it's smooth, it's got the 6-speed auto, so once you get in your last gear, you're just like humming along, still fairly low RPM, but it's got a 6500 red line on the tach. I'm still learning kind of the features of the car, because I just got this car yesterday, but I wanted to get a video out on it, because I'm very impressed with the car. I did not see me getting this car. As I think I mentioned earlier in the video, I was looking into buying maybe, like I said, BMW or Mercedes or something like that, and I actually test drove an Infiniti Q50, which was definitely faster, very nice car, but it didn't have all the amenities this had. I also test drove a 2010 BMW 328i, and it was a nice car. I liked driving it, but it didn't have the room that this thing has inside. It had basically no backseat room, and this has a lot of room. I mean, I'm looking back there and it has a lot of room. So if you have a family, this is not a bad car, and it's still got some get up and go. Very smooth. It goes. It's not super strong off the line. I haven't tried like foot braking it, building boost and going. It doesn't have a boost gauge, which I'm kind of surprised about. I would expect that a turbo car would have a boost gauge. But it's got, like I said, it's got econ mode. I talked about that. It gives you your average fuel economy, which right now is 16, so I've been kind of stepping into it. Instant fuel economy, your average speed, elapsed time. It'll tell you when, of course, to change your oil and stuff, tire rotation, that type of stuff. And then distance to empty, which is kind of nice to have. I like having that. The car itself has 133,000 miles on it. But like I said, brand new motor. I need to check with Kia on it and just see exactly how long the warranty is. I've got to assume it's at least 36,000 miles, so which is way longer than I'll keep the car. Okay, I'm going kind of slow. I got a truck behind me, but I'm going kind of slow because I want the car in front of me to clear out, give me a little bit of room. So I'm going to step on it here. Got traction control off. This car does have paddle shifters. I did kind of want paddle shifters. I don't know why. I used them a couple times. This thing does it fine by itself, so. So you can see it spun through first and second right there. A lot of times it will actually chirp second gear, and that's 100 people. Not the fastest car I've ever owned, but I would probably say it's right up there with the fastest daily driver I've owned, and I think the newest daily driver I've ever owned. The car really impresses me. It's really, really nice. As a matter of fact, my wife drove it back from dinner last night, and she was even saying that she really liked this car. Look, it even moved the camera a little bit there. See, little G-force, right? So, yeah, I'm kind of stoked about it, and I didn't think I'd be stoked about a Kia. I'm like, really? A Kia? But it has so much going on and so much going for it. I really like it. Now, I will definitely be tinting the windows. That is something I do to most all my vehicles because I like that look. And I really think that this car would be set off with some different wheels. So I'm going to start exploring some options there, looking on the internet and seeing what would look good. But other than that, that's about it. Normally I upgrade the sound system. Like I said, the sound system is really impressive. It's got a subwoofer back there, and it's got a center channel. I would actually say this thing is as good as any C7 Corvette sound system that I've had, because I've had a couple C7s, and they both had really good sound systems stock from the factory. This is easily as good. What else do I need, right? I mean, this is going to be a great daily driver. And here's the kicker. This is definitely going to be the best on fuel mileage of any vehicle I've had. If I can keep my foot out of it and drive it like a sane person, which I assume will probably come after I get used to it and play with the turbo a little bit, you know, this car can average probably mid-20s for my running around driving what I do, and probably get low to mid-30s on the freeway, which is outstanding. I'm very stoked about that. So, yeah, you guys tell me what you think. What do you think about the new daily? Yay, nay. I know it's a little different from stuff that I've had before, but you know what? As I've said before, if it's cool, it's cool. And I like the fact that this little car is kind of unassuming. So, you know, as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My P.O. Box and Instagram is going to be in the description below. Guys, God bless. Take care. Have an absolutely amazing day.